So let's take a look at this. Again, this is a nice family day for the United States military at Mar-a-Lago. Let's take a look.
And the way you look tonight.
Well, there you have it, folks. That is the first responder U.S. Military Family Day at Mar-a-Lago. I thought that was a really great. Didn't a furry kill their friend?
Hey, yo, what it do, crew? It's your favorite Coloradan with a noggin, Elijah X, coming at you. Yeah. So, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, wrapped and warped in gasoline fumes. There's so much going on. So much going on. And in the midst of all this angst, say in Minneapolis, and turmoil due to all the fraud and, you know, people up in arms and not wanting to pay taxes and, you know, just everything. They're hosting this bourgeoisie ball of sorts at Mar-a-Lago, which, hey man, more power to you, that's your spot. But one has to wonder, especially with the fresh Davos trip and none of our politicians being prosecuted, no one being perp walked, no one being held accountable, all the mishandling of this ice circumstances. Who the hell has time to be throwing a furry ball? Which in the intro, he kind of hit the nail on the head. Wasn't it a furry that took out your boy? They've been pushing this weird furry agenda for years now. And it was ushered in with the trans movement. And, you know, they just started putting litter boxes in kids' classrooms in the corner, little kitty corners. Well, it's not kitty. Now it's kitty corners, if you catch my drift. Zootopia 2 is the highest grossing animated film of all time to my knowledge, and by all intents and measures, every adult who watched that movie said it's very intentionally horny, very yiff intensive, and it's just strange, super weird. But let's see what Tim Dillon has to say about this odd cultural phenomenon. We hop from whatever. We're gonna go see what Tim's got to say. Let's go kick it with the boy. Tim's always on point, so this should be enjoyable. I'm glad to have y'all with me. Also, if you have yet to do so, make sure that you like and subscribe. Also, if you do watch the video, leave in the comment "peace" in all caps. That way the algorithm knows that you guys are rocking with it. Without further talking, let's get to it.
By the way, does anyone look at the optics of this? I don't want to hear anything about Hollywood, by the way, anymore from anybody. I don't want to hear about Hollywood and this party and that party. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Didn't furry supposedly shoot Charlie Kirk or like the lover of the furry? Isn't that was like days ago, like months ago, just the optics of it. And I'm not a prude. Have parties, dress up in a costume, whatever. But don't you think that somebody would say, you know what? Americans are broke. Having a eyes wide shut, and I'm sure they weren't fucking at that party because they're all octogenarian. They're like elderly. Maybe they were. But they were like old people wearing dog masks and 18th century ball gowns.
Dude, I want y'all to know something. In nursing homes are literally one of the highest areas of concentrated STD transmission. The people in nursing homes be getting busy. So octogenarians, more like orgasminarian, you fam. Yeah.
Don't you think if we fill the country club that the president owns with people in dog masks and 18th century ball gowns during a period of economic hardship, also someone who kind of was into similar things shot our friend? They shot that guy? Do you think that there was any optics discussion there? Do you think anyone sat down and went, this isn't ideal?
I don't think Charlie
to
was
have
shot.
This going on?
Or not only shot.
It just seems like the point of everything is to demoralize you in a way that can't. It's not even debatable anymore how insane this is, and that nobody would have stopped and said, that woman just caught a bullet to the face, a few bullets. We got riots. We got protests. People in Iran are protesting, and they're getting mowed down. So I hear. And I'm not saying I don't believe it. I'm just not there. I get it. So we've got all that happening. Russia's like ready to nuke Europe. By the way, Russia feels that the Western powers have aligned against them, which is true. I'm not holding water for Russia. I'm just telling you what's happening. Russia now feels like if the U.S. is going to go and knock over Venezuela and take the oil and maybe knock over Iran and help the Ukraine sponsor attacks on Russian infrastructure and seize an oil tanker bound for Russia, I think Russia's now getting to the point where they're like, they don't see a way out of this without using, and we hope this isn't true, crazy weapons, nuclear weapons. And in the midst of all of this, someone decided that it would be a good idea to do this. Play that again. Play it from right there again. Someone decided it would be a good idea to do this. It's literally the end of the world. It is literally the end of the world. I mean, and somebody said, let's do, now I don't give a fuck what this was for. Some dog rescue, some charity. Who gives a fuck what it was for? Stop with the charities. They're all fake. They're all fake. Will you stop? Whatever chat, this is an excuse to put on dog masks and get drunk. and God only knows what else. But this whole
wanna know.
idea that like everybody showing up to Mar-a-Lago is doing charity is hilarious. They're just givers over there. They can't stop giving. That's why they're in Mar-a-Lago. They can't stop giving. I mean, it's like an absurdity. And the Kirk thing, the idea, and I'm not saying that these people are furries or that all furries are bad or whatever. But the idea that the furry's boyfriend shot your friend and then you're in the dog mask. 3 months later, you're in a dog mat, the furry's boyfriend. So we are to believe, and I'll believe it when the evidence comes out. But no one said, the guy that was banging the furry that was banging the guy that shot Charlie, that, maybe we shouldn't do the dog party. It's absolutely psychotic.
Well, oh man, what the frick is going on in this country? What is going on? Obviously, we're more concerned about the Board of Peace. Damn New World Order garbage. We got Canada above us in the north lining up with China. Mexico is taken over by the cartels. America's compromised by Israel. No one who should be in prison is in prison. The people who should be in prison are being let out of prison. We're getting shit on. Greenland citizens are getting $100,000 each. We might get $2,000 extra back in tax returns, or you might have to pay it back. Or you know what? Guess what? Pay your student loans back, punk ass biatch. Oh, how y'all like the new hoodie, the new shirt? Yeah, shout out to Candace Owens. Even if you don't like her, I'll tell you one thing: she ain't afraid to ask a question. And it seems like pretty much all of us are afraid of that very thing. Which means only one thing. We're already too far gone. Either way, I love you guys. I'll catch you very soon. Thank you for watching. Be blessed and stay so. I'll pray for us.